Hey, welcome to Build&ai. I'm Nia, your AI learning guide. Let's get into it.
Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. Okay, so we've got a seriously fascinating mission lined up for us today. We are taking a strategic look at backend development fundamentals. Think of this as your primary mission briefing before you head out into the wild field of software engineering. We're going to break down the complex, totally invisible world that powers literally everything we do on the internet. And by the end of this, you won't just understand the theory, you'll be gearing up to put it into practice in a very hands-on way. Let's get started.
All right, here's our flight plan for today's briefing. First, we'll uncover the hidden engine, the backend. Then we dive into JavaScript's interactivity, tackle the dreaded problem of mixed code, check out how NestJS provides an architecture for success, and finally, your hands-on mission, modular aeronautical engineering.
Section 1. The hidden engine, the backend.
So, you open an app on your phone, right? You're looking at the front end. It's the shiny paint job, the comfy seats, the steering wheel. But what actually makes the car move? What's under the hood? That is the backend. It is literally the unseen engine powering every single digital interaction you have today. But what exactly is this engine doing behind the scenes while you're clicking around? Well, four main things. First up, data processing. Every time you submit a form, make a search, or upload a photo, the backend catches that raw data and figures out what to do with it. Second is database management. It securely stores, organizes, and retrieves your information, like your user profile or your purchase history. Third, authentication. Think of this as the security guard. It verifies your passwords and keeps your active sessions totally secure so nobody else can access your stuff. And fourth, API communication. APIs are kind of like the messengers that connect the visible front-end interface with the database, and even with external services like payment gateways. And the crazy part? The backend is orchestrating all of this in milliseconds.
Moving on to Section 2, JavaScript, interactivity and dynamism.
Now, you might be wondering what language actually talks to this engine. Usually, it's a total powerhouse in the programming world, JavaScript. But here's the thing, JavaScript isn't just for making static web pages look pretty anymore. It is wildly dynamic. It's known for having weak and dynamic typing. What does that mean for you? Well, basically, when you create a variable, think of it like a little storage box for data in your code. You don't have to strictly declare what kind of data goes in it. A box holding a number can suddenly just swap to holding a word right in the middle of running the program. It's incredibly flexible, and it allows developers to build complex, fast-moving features. But, as we're about to see, this massive superpower comes with a pretty massive catch.
Which brings us to Section 3, the problem of mixed code. So what happens when you take this incredibly flexible, shape-shifting language and try to build a massive, complex backend engine with it, but without setting any strict rules? Yeah, absolute chaos. I mean, we all love the front end, right? And we respect the backend. But sacrificing your entire weekend just to hunt down a bug in a maze of messy code? No way. We've all seen the memes, but they highlight a very real exhaustion in the tech industry. Without solid structure, a simple little update turns into a weekend-ruining nightmare.
Let's look at why this happens by comparing our tools. On one side, we have things like Express.js. Don't get me wrong, Express is excellent, it's super fast and hugely popular, but it doesn't force you into any structural rules. You can literally throw your database logic right next to your security logic, and suddenly two different projects built by the exact same company look completely different. It results in what we call todo mezclado, just everything mixed together like a giant bowl of spaghetti code. On the flip side, you've got enterprise frameworks. Think Spring Boot for Java or ASP.NET. These are rigid, they are predictable. Everyone knows exactly where every piece of code belongs. So the million-dollar question was, how do we get that rigid enterprise-level reliability but keep using our beloved dynamic JavaScript?
Enter Section 4, NestJS, Architecture for Success.
This is the absolute hero of our story today. Created by Kamil Mysliwiec, NestJS was literally built to solve this exact structural chaos. It runs on Node.js, but brings in TypeScript. And TypeScript is crucial here because it adds strict rules back into JavaScript. This lets you build apps that are large, maintainable, and seriously scalable. What's really fascinating is that NestJS takes heavy-hitting enterprise philosophies, stuff inspired by huge frameworks like Angular and Spring Boot, and drops them right into the modern JavaScript ecosystem. It's kind of like bringing a master city planner into the Wild West.
And there's a reason major enterprises are adopting this. NestJS rigorously enforces solid principles and clean architecture. It uses a layered architecture, meaning, your security guards are never mixing with your database managers. But the absolute biggest takeaway here? Modularity. high cohesion and low coupling. Think of your code like a set of high-quality Lego blocks. Every single block does its own job perfectly without getting messy or tangled up with the other blocks. If one block breaks, the whole system doesn't come crashing down. You just pop it out, fix it, and swap it back in.
And honestly, the best part? For something so incredibly powerful, getting started is surprisingly simple. To fire up a robust enterprise-grade NestJS project, you literally just run a single installation command in your terminal, pick your package manager, like npm, and boom, the framework automatically generates that beautiful, predictable city grid for your code. You are set up for success right from minute one.
All right, Section 5, Mission, Modular Aeronautical Engineering.
Okay, it is time to take these abstract back-end concepts and make them physical. Here is your scenario. The Air Force has just put out a call for new aeronautical engineers. As a team, your job is to design, build, and document a paper aircraft system. But wait, listen closely. The actual goal here isn't just throwing a piece of paper across the room. No, the real test is proving you can analyze a system, break it down into clear, functional modules, and document it, exactly like you would with clean back-end code in NestJS.
So, here are your strict deliverables for this mission. First, you need to build a functional aircraft prototype using one single sheet of paper. No glue, no tape, absolutely no cheating. It has to rely entirely on its own structural integrity. Second, you have to deliver a technical document right alongside it. And third, in that document, you need to clearly identify the modules of your plane, the wings, the nose, the tail, and explicitly state the function of each module within the whole system. You're basically practicing high cohesion and low coupling, but with paper.
As you jump into this team exercise, I want to leave you with one final thought to chew on. If your paper airplane crashes and burns just because of a single, unstructured, bad fold, what on earth do you think is going to happen to a company's massive back-end code if it doesn't have properly separated modules? The physical constraints of this paper airplane are the exact same constraints you face in software engineering. Good structure means it flies. Bad structure, it crashes. So take these architectural principles, apply them to your aircraft, and let's see whose airplane, flies the farthest. Good luck on the mission, everyone.
And that's a wrap for today. If this lesson was helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new episode. We drop 3 new lessons every single week, all designed to help you learn, build, and launch with AI. Share this with someone who's on the same journey, and I will see you in the next one.